How is AI changing hiring? And how can you stay ahead? What's up, y'all? I know this is a burning question for some folks, especially in today's job market. So today we're going to talk about the future of hiring and how AI is changing the game for job seekers, recruiters, and everyone in between. I know there's been a growing concern about AI replacing humans, but it's not about that. It's about the humans who use AI getting ahead. So if you're curious, confused, or just trying to stay relevant, this video is for you. So let's start where we already see AI in the hiring process. So resume screening with ATS, or Applicant Tracking System, is usually a hot topic for discussion. At least it is on my LinkedIn timeline. I've had recruiters debate me on whether or not AI is actually scanning resumes, but they say that a recruiter reviews every single application and resume. However, how can that be true when I've gotten rejections like 30 seconds after submitting an application, or when I've been rejected at like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday? Anyways, how does the ATS use AI for scanning? Well, first off, it uses keyword matching. The AI scans your resume for specific words and phrases that match the job description. It's like a digital scavenger hunt. If the job ad mentions project management, budgeting, and team leadership, the ATS will be looking for those exact words in your resume. But it's not just about exact matches. Because next up, we have skills extraction. So more advanced AI can actually understand the meaning behind your words. If the job asks for team leadership, for example, the ATS might also pick up on phrases like mentored junior staff or supervised a cross-functional team. It's actually pretty cool that it can do this. But this also highlights how important it is to display your skills on your resume. Then comes the experience assessment. The AI looks at your job titles, responsibilities, and how long you've worked at each place to gauge the depth or relevance of your experience. It's trying to build a timeline of your career journey, essentially. Now, the next one's pretty crucial, and that's formatting analysis. Yeah, AI is smart, but it can get tripped up on fancy formatting. So avoid complex tables, weird fonts, or a ton of images on your resume. The AI likes a clean, straightforward format so it can easily read and understand the information. Unfortunately, what this means is that you gotta ditch those fancy Canva designs and those fancy fonts so you don't get auto-rejected. Some of the more advanced ATS even try to reduce bias by focusing primarily on experience and skills, ignoring things like names or demographic information. And it helps rank candidates based on how well their resume aligns with the job requirements, helping recruiters see the best fits first. Say that like 5 times fast. But we have to remember here that AI and ATS aren't perfect, and we gotta know that they'll make mistakes. So what does this mean for you? Well, you need to write your resume with the ATS in mind. Use important keywords throughout your resume and keep your formatting clean and simple. By understanding how AI scans your resume, you can increase your chances of getting past that initial screening and into the hands of a human recruiter. Now let's move on and talk about AI-generated job descriptions. So how exactly is AI helping with this? Well, there's some really dope tools out there using AI to help hiring teams. So let's take a look at a few of them. First up, we have tools like Textio. Textio uses natural language processing and a massive data set of job postings to analyze drafts in real time. It highlights language that might exclude or attract a less diverse applicant pool. It also suggests alternative phrasing to make the job description more inclusive and appealing. This tool is like an AI inclusivity editor for job posts. Now, let's talk about Jasper. Actually, a lot of marketers use this tool. It's an AI writing assistant that can generate entire job descriptions from scratch based on a few key inputs like job title, responsibilities, and required skills. It can help recruiters and hiring managers overcome writer's block and create compelling job descriptions quickly. Plus, it can be trained to adopt a company's tone and voice, which is crazy. And of course, we can't forget about our good friend Chatty. ChatGPT can also be a great tool for creating job descriptions. Employers prompted with specific details about a role, desired candidate profile, and company culture, and then it drafts it up for them. Now, don't get me wrong, it will need some human touch, but it's a good starting point and can help companies find different ways to phrase skills. So now let's chat about AI being used in interviews and assessments. It's starting to get used more and more to evaluate candidates in ways that go beyond just the words they say. I distinctly remember one company I was interviewing with sent me a link in an email to an AI assessment, and I thought it was absolutely insane. I had to do this assessment with my camera on, and I could see it snap pictures of me every now and again, and it even put like this little square up to analyze my face, where I was looking, or if I was looking at the camera or anywhere else. I thought it was bonkers. Okay. Then what I realized was nowadays there's video interview software that analyzes your tone, your facial expressions, your word choice. This tech goes beyond just recording your interview. It uses AI algorithms to try and make sense of your nonverbal cues. It's pretty wild. The software might be analyzing how often you smile, the pitch of your voice, how much you make eye contact with the camera, and even the words you use. Oh, and how quickly you speak. The idea here is to gain insights into your personality, how confident you are, and your communication style. Now, this can feel a little intense, right? You're not just answering questions, you're being analyzed on a whole different level. And the accuracy and fairness of these interviews are definitely something to consider. All right, moving on to behavioral assessments that aim to predict the perfect fit. Nobody's perfect though. These aren't your typical personality quizzes. AI-powered behavioral assessments involve answering a bunch of questions or responding to hypothetical scenarios. Then the AI analyzes how you respond to predict how well you might fit into the company's culture, team dynamics, and the specific requirements of that role. The goal is to figure out whether or not you're a good fit beyond just your skills and experience. But what I will say is that the whole concept of fit is extremely subjective, and relying on AI solely to predict it raises some really important questions. What exactly is it measuring? Is it truly objective? And could it lead to a lack of diversity by favoring certain personality types? Now, I know some of y'all watching this, and speaking from my own personal experience, this whole AI and interviewing and assessments thing can feel a bit impersonal and kind of spooky. It can feel like you're being judged by a machine in a way that human interviewers might not even think about. Okay, y'all, so that's part 1 on AI's impact in hiring. In the next video, we'll take a deeper dive into how recruiters are actually using these AI tools. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and drop any questions you may have in the comments below. Also, download my free job search checklist to help kickstart your job search using AI down in the description. All right, y'all, see you in the next one. Bye.